Hello class and welcome to week 3. We are fully in the swing of things. I'm very much looking forward to reading your week 2 assignments and want to thank you for the hard work you put into your week 1 assignments, particularly the case of Jeanette. I was very much struck by your empathy as you responded to her case, particularly someone who has been bullied her entire life, made to feel other, and feels other because of how she looks. This week, in week 3, you have the case of Pari, a woman who presents us with multifaceted identities. When you think about Pari, I really want you all to think about the various forms of otherness a client can assume in his or her life. And so I very much look forward to reading your responses about Pari. Also, your discussion this week is a little bit different. This week for your discussion, you're going to be asked when you respond to your student peers to cite and provide resources from the textbook, from the articles that you've read, etc. And so I'm really going to be looking forward to, in your response and in your discussion, you really pulling from the work that you've been reading. That's what I said in my very, very first announcement to you all. This is a class that some students have tried to phone in and just rely solely on their opinion. But what makes this class, I think, a transformative class is when you look at the literature, when you look at the textbook, you integrate it, you think about it, and maybe you even want to debate with it. But I need to see you really engaging with the material. So that's my sort of push to make sure that you are incorporating resources in your work. Our quote this week comes from Clint Smith. This is one of my most favorite TED Talks, and it is because Clint talks about the 4 principles that he has his students sort of sign a contract on in his classroom. Read critically, write consciously, speak clearly, and tell your truth. As we think about our otherness, and as we begin to think about client otherness, those 4 core principles are extremely important. I'll never forget a client that I had. She was dating she was a white woman dating an African-American man, and her family was violently opposed to this. This was about 10 to 12 years ago in the rural South. And because her family made her feel so ostracized, my client was breaking out of the house at night to go see her boyfriend. Her parents were extremely upset. Talk about feeling other. When you have clients who present with otherness narratives, I think a lot of you hit on this with Jeanette, it's very important to be empathic, to show compassion. You all are learning in your theories class about person-centered therapy, the great Carl Rogers. Those Rogerian core conditions go a very long way. So those are my messages for you today. The Clint Smith TED Talk is about 4.5 minutes. I know you all are extremely, extremely busy, but if you have 4.5 minutes extra time this week, I really encourage you to watch this TED Talk, as it really does speak to a lot of the concepts that we want to touch on in this class. Again, thank you for your hard work. I'm looking forward to grading your week 2 assignment, and welcome to week 3. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks.